Hi, my name's Hannah and this is Advice from Makota, and today we're going over some considerations when you have to wear a sling. So whether it was suggested that you wear one for your flaccid arm after a stroke, or you have a shoulder injury, either a shoulder reconstruction or possibly a fracture, these are a few reasons why you would get a sling. So let's jump right in. Topic number one is proper sling position. So when we look at this curved part, that is your elbow holder. A common thing I see is people's elbows way too far forward in the sling. So make sure you get one that's an appropriate fit to you. Your elbow should be in this corner as far back as you can get it. So people put on their slings a few different ways. I'm going to start by putting it overhead in case that shoulder is really hurting, avoiding having to lift that shoulder up to put the sling strap on over your head. And I'm going to lower the sling down, bending forward to try to get gravity to pull my arm forward. And I'll help my arm through with my other arm, supporting it as needed. Adjusting this strap behind the shoulder, pulling on the sling to get my elbow right into that elbow pocket. And you'll see, because this sling is the right size for me, that my wrist is properly supported as well. We want to avoid wrist hanging out. That can give us some injury to the wrist, maybe some tingling sensations, some nerve issues. So we do want that that wrist nice and supported as well. And topic number two, we need to worry about our body mechanics when we have this sling on. So because this strap is putting pressure on the neck, we see a lot of curving forward. It naturally wants it. Because of the weight of the arm, pressure on the neck, we naturally want to curve forward with wearing the sling. So we need to be very intentional about our posture, and that is squeezing both our shoulder blades back and down so we can counteract any of that bad postural positioning with the sling use. Now, topic number three. How do you support your arm in bed while sleeping? So if you are meant to be wearing the sling throughout the night, then you would put a pillow underneath supporting this shoulder and perhaps underneath supporting the elbow and hand, giving the hand a little bit of elevation to prevent some swelling. We can see a lot of swelling with injury to the arm. So in order to counteract that, we use elevation. Now, another position that I enjoy, if you are not a big mover in your sleep and your doctor okays the sling to be off during the night, is having a pillow, again, supporting your shoulder and upper arm, and then your lower arm in a straightened position so that we can relieve this L-shaped pattern that we are carrying our arm in all day due to the sling use. So a couple options for you, but clear it with your doctor with what you're able to do with your sling during the night. So that brings me to topic number four. What we need to worry about is our joint integrity while wearing this sling. So throughout the day, a couple times, maybe while in bed would be easiest, we will take the sling off nice and carefully, support our arm, and we want to work on this elbow joint. What we want to avoid is a contracture in your elbow joint due to prolonged sling use, which is very common. People are very afraid to take off their sling and move their arm, which is normal. And also, before you do any of these movements, should be approved by your doctor. For instance, if you have an elbow fracture, then you don't want to do this. So what you'll do is you support your hand, you bring your arm down, straighten it as much as you can, and you're using your strong arm. You're keeping your affected arm relaxed, not engaged, and going through a couple ranges of motion between extension and flexion. Extension and flexion, using your strong arm to do the motion. You'll do 10 to 12 reps a couple times throughout the day. Now we also want to worry about your wrist. So we'll do wrist circles, both directions, and palm squeezes, keeping our joints nice and movable. So that is our 4 topics that we're covering today. Be on the lookout for more advice from Akota, and we'll go over more interesting topics. Thank you, and see you next time.